Alright, hello. Today I will be starting a new series on just kind of how to, a bit of an introduction to Battlefield. I'm doing this more for a friend of mine who, he has played Battlefield 5, he has not played it a whole lot, and he's very much new to Battlefield 4, and so, trying to do that, help you out, and I thought might as well record myself and, help anyone else who was, now come to the game since it's on Steam, or maybe just, rediscovering it, coming back, need a little bit of a refresher, whatnot. So I'll be going through, I'll be making a video for, each class, and then land vehicles, and the boat, and then I'll do another video for air vehicles, and then I'll be doing kind of videos on, fun little tips, tricks, hacks, and, ways to have fun with a friend. Cough, cough, laser designator, cough, cough, javelin. Great times. But yeah, so to start out, we'll start with assault. So, as for those who may not know, assault is the, it serves as both kind of an assault and the medic class, which they broke off for, I think it was 1 and 5. Didn't really like that whole lot, but yes. So assault has kind of serves a double role in that they're the people that are not only breaking down the doors, but also kind of picking up the pieces. I kind of like it. It adds to a very interesting dynamic because you're kind of running and gunning, but then maybe if you're running a defibrillator, you just pull it out and save half your team and keep going. Like, I've had friends that they make more points reviving people than they do killing. They save more lives than they take, type of thing, which is, it's kind of me with engineer. I'd probably save more vehicles than I destroy, but, all good. So yeah, to start out, assault, their special weapon is the assault rifle, hence the name. But yeah, so really I would say when picking out an assault rifle, because obviously you'll start with the AK-12, and then if you did the campaign, you can get the QBZ, which isn't a bad weapon. I haven't used it a whole lot, but still pretty decent. I guess when picking out, once you have more and more, I would say, well, one, I would say go with the accessories you have. I would say never pick a gun just because, the stats are good, but you have crap accessories when you have another gun that's pretty comparable, because given all of these are going to be balanced relatively the same, really the biggest differentiating factor is caliber and fire rate. So, and really in assault there's, it's either 5.56, which is pretty much most of them, or 7.62, which you get either with the Bulldog or the Scar H, which actually I run the Scar H, just kind of like the higher, range and fire damage. So yeah, when picking that, if you kind of noticed, if you look at stats on them, really the biggest thing that adjusts is you see, stability here, and like hip fire is really low, but it's high rate of fire, whereas here it's, good stability, but low rate of fire. And the reason stability on these guns is so high is because the damage is a little lower because these are 5.56 weapons. So I'd really say, again, find a weapon that, has the attachments you need. So going into attachments, you'll start off, of course, with optics. Now, my favorite optic is the 2x FLIR sight. On the Scar, I'm kind of sad I only have the 1x NVG, which just kind of general rule. Thermal sights are always better than the night vision ones. Vehicles, on vehicles, always run thermals. Unless it's either thermals, maybe zoom on a few handful of weapons, but if you can help it, don't run the dogs. Maybe if you're like climbing, throw it on, but otherwise, don't use them. Don't use them, all their crap. So yeah, assault rifles can use, short range sights, or you can get like kind of like the ACOGs, which again, I'd say goes to your preference. I might actually try out kind of some ACOGs in a bit just to kind of see how things go. I guess once I unlock the ACOG, I might try it out. It kind of sucks that these are battle pack unlocked. It's, well, actually I would say a blessing and a curse, but yeah, just kind of depends on what you have. So then you have the accessories. I like tac lights. I mean, for assault, you're going to be in close quarters. Like, really the only time I run assault is for when you're playing like Metro, Locker, or it's just a game where you're going to be kind of in a building like Siege of Shanghai. You have them in the center building, or some of the side ones. And tac lights, I like them just because they aren't constantly on. You aren't running around a corner and someone sees a little light wave around. Same with like laser beams. I can say they're nice, especially if you like to hit fire. I personally do not. So as I say again, find what you need. The muzzles, it's just kind of find what you want. Do you want flash hide or muzzle brake? Each of these kind of have different perks and whatnot. That. And then suppressors. Suppressors can be nice if you like to be stealthy. I mean, their biggest drag is they reduce your muzzle velocity, but when you're at close range, not a bad thing. Grips, always stick a grip with an assault rifle. You're going to need it. Underslung rails can be nice in the sense of when you get to equipment, you can kind of swap, and you swap faster. But otherwise, I would say try to go with a grip. I mean, I don't even think does it give much of a... Yeah, it really is just like, alright, you swap faster. Camos again, no one cares. On to... I'll start with pistols and just do it for assault, because in Battlefield, again, there are really, I would say, 5 types of, sidearms. You have your standard pistols, you have your kind of revolvers and your deagle, your heavier stuff. Then you have your Glocks, your G18, which is really the G18, and the 93R, which are your full auto ones. These are God tier weapons, same as the Shorty. It's a pump action shotgun that you just can have as any class as a sidearm. It's terrifying and it's broken. Why'd they do that? And then there's finally this odd little weapon, the Mare's Leg. And what the Mare's Leg is, it's a semi-automatic, it's a lever rifle. So I have a friend, he's actually it's starting to grow on him because he usually likes to run shotguns, so he doesn't need a short-range weapon. Again, he doesn't need a Shorty, G18, he'll just use shotguns a lot better. But for longer-range engagements, he'll pull this out, because I know in Metro, he's gotten very good at headshotting, and the Mare's Leg is pretty devastating when he uses it. So again, if you kind of want to try that out, why not? I tried it out a few times, didn't do very well with it, and I'm like, alright, not my thing. Alright, now on to gadgets. So gadgets for assault, their biggest thing is, it's medical equipment and grenade launchers. Decoys are just things that every class can get once you've done the assignment. It's a little box that, makes there be a little ping on the enemy screen type thing. So again, lots of different types of grenade launchers. You'll start with high explosive, which is pretty much you just chuck in a grenade and it goes boom. You have the smoke grenades. I'm currently doing dart for a challenge, which pretty much means it turns my grenade launcher into a shotgun. It can be pretty nice. You have the FB, the flashbang, so flashbangs can be nice. The LVG, it's a smaller grenade than the high explosive, but it bounces off walls. So that can be really good if someone's like going around a corner. I know in Metro there are a couple places where that's actually, I think, how I got the 10 kills for the challenge. The 3GL, it's again, kind of launches grenade size like this, but obviously they don't bounce, but you get 3 of them. And then these are really interesting because it's pretty much like a mini gun, almost like a shotgun type thing. So it's, it shoots, in this case we have, buckshot, you have the flechet rounds, which, higher, longer range, and potentially higher damage, but less kind of spread. You have slugs, and then of course you have frags, which, just low booms. As for medical equipment, you have the first aid pack, which you throw. You have a limited amount of that, but they heal. I believe they heal people by 10, so that's pretty nice. I mean, again, it's not as good as I feel this is a medic bag because there's limited quantity of how much healing it can do. And you'll also see the same with support. You'll have like first aid box and first aid pack. The defibrillator is a very, very interesting weapon. It's full weapon slash, can give and take life. So defibrillators, use those to revive people. Now, one trick, and I just actually learned the other day, is you charge them. So when you first pull them out and you click, hold it. Especially if you're trying to get a defibrillator kill, which there is a few challenges that you need to do that for, hold it and make sure it's fully charged, because otherwise you'll just do a small amount of damage. The same actually goes for healing. If you just pull out your defibrillator and smack them with it, they aren't going to come back at full health. Now granted, if you're like under fire and you don't just sit there and be like, poof, just hit them. Hit them as quick as you can, because, you want to get out of there. So again, yeah, same types of things. Grenades, again, I'll also do grenades right here. I would say, pick something with some assault capacity. I mean, as you in theory could use flashbangs. Smoke is alright, especially if you use thermal sodes. Flares are kind of the opposite. If the other team is using a lot of thermals, or just you want to blind them, throw a flare. Alright. But again, with the grenades, you get one big frag, you can get 2 small mini frags. Get an impact grenade, which isn't as big as a frag, but explodes when it hits a wall. So kind of good for that quick reaction. Then the incendiary is a nice area denial weapon, so you throw it in a doorway and they just kind of can't walk through without taking lots of damage. So yeah, so that is assault. Now here I also kind of show you some little things here. Here I have assault out, so this is the night vision scopes. They aren't as good. Here, once we get to support, I'll be running the 2x flare sight, and that's pretty good. So yeah, the Scar has pretty good, pretty good damage. This is me actually. I pulled out the frag rounds. No, I think if you hit them directly, they'll kill, but again, I'm not sure. Again, I don't really use it that much. I heard they're kind of alright. Shotguns, the fact that shotguns can have them as like just a normal weapon is kind of weird. But yeah. But again, so that's that med pack. Frag, yeah. So as you notice, that while that was an impact, they can bounce a little bit. So always be wary of that. Like they won't bounce a whole lot. It's usually like we'll hit the ground and then shortly explode. So kind of use that to your advantage. That would be it.